It's Nikolai. I think it's time to call Kingsley. We don't know where my dad is.
If you haven't seen my recap for episode 3, go watch that one real quick before you watch this. This one picks up right after where episode 3 left off, where Zeke decided it's time to go get the Russians. And they head directly to the Russian bathhouse with their shiesties on looking for Nikolai.
What the fuck do he want?
Where's Nikolai?
This dude's not giving any answers, so Duke takes matters in his own hands and burns this guy's face up. Zeke still doesn't get any answers, but he takes off his balaclava to leave a message.
Look at me. Don't f with the marshals.
Zeke heads back to the hideout to let Lazaro know what's going on, but this dude is like unusually nervous.
Where the hell have you been?
With Zeke.
Duke tells him everything about them hitting the Russians, and the Russians are going to want to hit back, but he also lets him know that Zeke and Sabella have no idea what Kingsley is. But none of that really seems to matter to Lazaro. I think he's hiding something.
You're not the only one taking a risk by being here.
What's that supposed to mean?
Lazaro never answers. Could he be law enforcement also? Whatever it is, there's something going on that we're probably going to find out next episode.
You showed your face.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
So Sabella's standing there listening to her brother Zeke tell her that he attacked the Russians and showed his face.
I thought you'd be proud.
She in fact was not proud. Remember, she's banging Nikolai. Zeke goes on to say that the Russians have no respect for them, so he took action, and that's why he took off his hood so that they would know who he was.
I took action.
That is her laughing face. Is it me, or does she make crazy faces every episode?
I made a move instead of running the...
That's enough.
These two are becoming more and more at odds with each other, and Zeke tells her that she's not running things like she thinks she is.
You still think you can control everything, Sabella? But you can't. Not anymore.
So Sergey's with Nikolai, letting him know everything, and tells him that his bitch Sabella needs to be put down. But he actually likes Sabella, and he says, talk to me like that again and I'll wire your jaw shut. Duke is back at the gym, and that guy Jackhammer's training. He starts talking crazy to Duke. Duke ignores him, but he starts talking about his dead brother. So these two get into it, and the whole time Zeke is recording. So at the same time, Sabella's having that meeting with Scott Morton, if you remember him from the other episode where he's supposed to help her get sports gambling into the casinos. And he tells Sabella after the explosion at the casino, she's going to need to pay off more people. When Duke gets back home, his father shows him that the fight he had at the gym with Jackhammer was posted on social media. At the same time, Zeke is talking to Corey Taylor. This is the same guy who owns the platform that Zeke wants his fights to air on. And Corey lets her know that since that post got over 1 million views, that they're getting closer to a deal. But that dude Jackhammer is pissed.
And that don't make you money. You put shit like that online, it's not gonna make me money either, Zeke.
So Jackhammer decides to tell Zeke that he's gonna walk. That is until Zeke threatens his life.
Don't test me. I don't want to see your name in the obituaries.
He told him, I don't want to see you in the obituaries. So the family accountant shows up and says without the casino open, there's no way to wash all his money. So Sabella decides she's going to buy this building that Joy wanted to buy before she gets it, and they'll just flip it and wash the money that way. So Joy shows up at Sabella's office wanting to know why she bought the building before she could. She also wants to know why Sabella picked up her son from school. Sabella tells her, I'm not playing games with you anymore. You're pretty much out of business. All your business calls are going to be redirected to my office, and you and your son are going to stay where I want you to be. But Joy's like, nah, bro. She goes to see Duke and says, listen, I'm getting my son and we getting out of here and you coming with us. But he tells her the timing's off and he can't go, so she pretty much tells him to eat a dick. So Kim and her fine ass show up to the gym because they're having a little ceremony for the late Simeon Marshall. So after they do their 10 bell ceremony,
Rest in peace, Simeon Marshall.
outside Kim pulls up and takes Duke for a ride. They go back to Duke's spot and have fish and chips. Of course they have fish and chips. So when Duke says, well, I guess this is good night, she's like, it doesn't have to be. So she takes him to the club, they have a few drinks, then she takes him back to her spot and lets him hit it. So as soon as Duke leaves, she starts looking up information about the Russian bathhouse incident. Then Lazaro catches Duke in the alley and lets him know that Kim is a cop.
She's a cop.
So Duke is like, I'm going to keep her close and we're going to find out everything that she knows. These two are getting more and more at odds, and he threatens Duke.
If I ever think you're gonna compromise us or risk Armado's plan,
They what?
This is not going to end well for Lazaro. So Kim goes to the Russian bathhouse to get more information. I think she wants to see the cameras, but she runs into this receptionist who says, I can't help because they took my passport. But Kim gets her to agree to help by giving her a phone number, somebody to call.
Call this number. Tell me.
So when she gets into the room, there's somebody there.
so do you want to leave or do you want me to make you?
Make me.
So she beats this dude down, sticks his own bomb in his mouth, and he tells her that it was a big guy wearing a balaclava. She realizes it was Duke. So Joy's son Aiden is at Sabella's house, and Sergey with the burnt face comes in and takes out the maid and kidnaps Aiden. Meanwhile, Joy's getting ready to skip town. But at the gym, Zeke is having a press conference with Jackhammer and some streamer. That's when his stupid boy Jay, who knows that Duke is into some crazy stuff, brings his father and one of the boxers into the gym to come see this press conference. Duke knows something's about to happen and he tries to get them to leave, but his father's not trying to hear it. But that's when somebody cuts out the lights, and when the lights come back on, I think these are the Irish dudes that they had to fight with before. They pop in. But all them Irish dudes get beat down. I mean, they ran into a gym with a bunch of boxers. These guys had no chance. I mean, even one of the martial guys knows martial arts. But during the melee, Duke's father gets stabbed, and at the same time, Joy finds out that Aiden is missing. While Duke is trying to call an ambulance for his father, Joy calls him at the same time and tells him they took our son.
Our son! They've taken Aiden!
So Duke finds out everything at the same time. His father's stabbed, laying on the floor dying, and he finds out that that kid is his son, all at the same time. But where's Sabella? She wasn't at that press conference. I wonder if she got some plan cooked up with Nikolai to make it look like the son has been kidnapped.